Creating a card with a raised frame adds depth to your focal image. It's easy to do, and it's a great type of card for mass production. Let me show you the tools and products you're going to need to do this type of card. You're going to need some dies, and in this case I'm using the Spellbinders Petite Ovals without the scallops, and I'm using both the large and the small size dies. Then you're going to need a Cuttlebug folder, and I'm using the Swiss Dot Cuttlebug folder. You're also going to need some stamps, and I've chosen 2 of the stamps from the brand new Winter Wonderland Stamp TV kit. You're also going to need ink, and I'm using Memento Rhubarb Stock. And that rhubarb stock ink matches one of the pattern papers in the brand new Winter Wonderland kit just perfectly. So we're going to use some of that in this project as well. You're also going to need some sort of die cutting machine, so I'll be using my Cuttlebug today. And to create your raised frame, you're going to need some pop dots, and I'm using the large pop dots in the 1/2 inch size. I also have some adhesive. I'm using the Mono adhesive dot style by Tombow. Okay, so to begin, we're going to start off by stamping some of the images from the new Winter Wonderland Stamp TV kit. I'm going to begin with my greeting stamp, and I'm going to stamp that somewhere in the bottom half of this piece of Pure Luxury Ivory cardstock. Just like that. Then I'm going to stamp my snowflake right on top, and I'm going to make sure that I'm just on top of the word winter, because I really want my verse and my focal image to be inside of the smaller of the 3 oval dies that I'm using. So there, now I've created my little scene here. And I want to make sure that that's going to fit into the smallest of the 3 dies. And I can see that that is going to fit perfectly. But this is not the die that I'm going to cut this out with. I'm actually going to use the largest of the Petite Ovals dies that they make. So this is the largest one from the large set. And I'll be cutting that out using my Cuttlebug. Now that I've cut my focal image out using the largest die, I'm going to move down to the next size die, and I'm going to cut my ivory frame. I'm going to do that by centering the die exactly where I want it, and I'm making that dead center of the piece, and again I'm going to cut this using my Cuttlebug. Now that I've cut out my frame, my last die cut that I'm going to do is the 3rd size down, and I'm going to cut out this piece of patterned paper. And again, I'm going to center it just perfectly, and then I'm going to cut that piece out using my Cuttlebug. Now that I have my 3 pieces cut, I'm going to add some texture to the raised frame by running it through my Cuttlebug using the Swiss Dot folder. And this is just the perfect size to fit perfectly inside this Swiss Dot folder. As you can see, I've created a textured frame that I'm going to place on top of my patterned paper frame. And I'm going to just line that up perfectly like that, and then I'm going to add some adhesive. So I'll add the adhesive around the back, just around the perimeter. And then I'm going to attach those 2 together, lining it up perfectly so that just a little bit of that inside oval is sticking through perfectly all around, like that. You can see how pretty that looks. Now my next step is to attach my focal image to my card base, and I've used a piece of lipstick red here, and I'm going to line that up so that it's perfectly in the center, and then I'm going to position this card on top. And for my final step, positioning this piece on top, I'm going to attach some of the 1/2-inch pop dots on the 4 corners because I want this whole entire piece to be raised off of my focal image. And my final step is to attach it on top. I'm going to need to bring it toward me so I can see to line it up perfectly. And there you go. Those 4 pop dots will keep that secure, but you can see how it's raised up along the inside. You can add a little glitz and glimmer by using some Stickles glitter glue or a Sakura Stardust pen or any other type of glitter that you want. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Stickles, just a little touch here and there on this pretty snowflake. Try using other shaped dies to create different frames, or try using photographs as your focal image to create a beautiful piece of home decor.